Oh, that was spicy. Hey everybody, this is Tats for Thought coming at you with a new video. This is something a little bit different. I'm trying a few different ways to do my videos just so it doesn't seem quite so repetitive. So here we go. I just did a video of me playing Unknown, which is usually not on my Twitch anyway. So this is a little gem. I really do like playing Unknown as well as Plague, so those are my two mains if you'd like to know. If you like this type of content, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you like the specific type of video that I'm doing right now, please let me know down below. I normally don't do videos like this, but this is one of my favorite ways of doing videos just because I don't have to be on screen and there's not like a lot of editing. For those who are not used to coming onto this channel, my name is Vic. I'm a tattoo artist and video gamer who happens to be neurodivergent diagnosed. This is not a medical term. It is a term coined from 1998 by Judy Singer, a Australian sociologist, and it's basically a term that recognizes that everyone's brain develops in a unique way. The term neurodivergent describes people whose brain differences affect how their brain works. That means that they have different strengths and challenges from people whose brains don't have those differences. Possible strengths include better memory, being able to mentally picture three-dimensional objects easily, and the ability to solve mathematical calculations in their head, and many, many more. It's a way to describe people using words other than normal and abnormal. It's important to know this because there's no single definition of normal or abnormal for how the human brain works. For the people who aren't neurodivergent, we tend to coin the word neurotypical. This means that your strengths and challenges aren't affected by any kind of difference that changes how your brain works. Something that comes to mind is people ask me all the time if being neurodivergent is a disability. Some neurodivergent people, again, I don't speak for everybody, but some struggle because of the systems or processes, and that doesn't give them a chance to show off their strengths or create new and more intense challenges for them. There's also different accommodations with people with disabilities. It's not a new idea. There's different disabilities such as physical and sensory. It's not all cut and dry. So while neurodivergency is not a medical term, I cannot stress that enough. People who tend to identify as neurodivergent typically have one or more conditions or disorders that affect the brain. However, there isn't really any medical criteria or definitions of what means to be neurodivergent versus neurotypical. Some of the conditions that I know of that some people will identify with neurodivergent with, including myself, is those with autism spectrum disorder, including those that used to be diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. Myself, I am ASD1. There's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which would be me. I'm combined. Dyslexia is one that has my unfortunate attention ever since I was a kid. Social anxiety is another one. Sensory processing disorders. There's other ones that I personally don't deal with on a daily basis, but there's like Down syndrome, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, there's dyspraxia, many different intellectual disabilities, and including some people who might identify with bipolar disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and many other mental illnesses might also consider themselves neurodivergent. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the fun part. Gaming for myself became a refuge and a form of self-expression because, like I like to tell people when I tattoo, words are hard. Words are hard. So the fact that I can go around just being myself, even if it is Dead by Daylight or expressing my special interests in any other video game, it allows me to show myself at the peak amount of joy. So even though I'm part of that community, it actually allows me to find a sense of purpose as well as be part of certain communities that understand and accept neurodiversity. From my own personal experience, I've had a lot of good luck with those who accept neurodiversity. One, at my work, everyone at the shop knows that a majority of us are neurodiverse in our own right, and that's actually fantastic because back in the day we were not seen as acceptable members of society. And that personally has been an amazing thing just to witness, is that we're all accepting of each other. We all love each other like a family. That's amazing. And that actually is part of finding the community that allows you to be you. And it's the same thing with the gaming community and cosplay community and all the nerdy communities that I've been part of. I find personally that I found friends and family and those who are in my inner circle personally that are in my space and are accepting of me just being myself. It allows me to unmask as much as I want without being apologetic. Now, for those that are interested in how sensory sensitivities and preferences can be reflected in my gaming choices, if you guys haven't looked at my channel and obviously see what's playing right in front of you, I am a huge Dead by Daylight fan. And that's not because sensory stuff. Like, I've had to get over the whole bone chill thing and the fact that the snowmen scream at you. And honestly, for all those kids that are in the room, cover your ears right now, because fuck those snowmen. They scare the crap out of me every time. I don't like them because they're too loud. However, I choose this game because of the community aspect of it and the fact that everything's dim. I do prefer to play killer, just because it allows me to engage how far certain things are, and it actually allows me to hyper focus in what I'm doing. I also do enjoy the sensitivity awareness of being a survivor. While yes, you can so an example, I don't care for Marvel Rivals, and all my friends who are currently playing that, I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but I don't really care for it. I'll play with you guys, but I just don't want to, because it's a lot of information being thrown at me, and I don't feel as conducted in my ways of moving. I literally have to learn everything, play by myself for a little while. As well with Overwatch, I tend to get overwhelmed because it's literally everyone's bombarding against you. And I just need something a little slower pace, something that has very minimal objections to go. And that actually is part of why I choose Dead by Daylight, why I choose The Sims. They're relaxing to me, as funny as that is. I prefer something with minimal acts and with minimal interference from everybody. Well, yes, there's times where people will teabag you and shine flashlights. Obviously, as you see in this game, people did flashlight me as the unknown. I feel that it's a challenge in that way. It's a little quieter too. I do enjoy playing with people, but I just feel like it's just my choice on this. Like, there's not very many bright lights everywhere. There's not a lot of stimuli hitting me all at once, and I actually prefer that. I feel that gaming can provide a safe and controlled environment for sensory stimulation. Yes, while there's a ton of screaming in this game, I do have the control of how loud it plays in my headset. The fact that I can turn off my brain and just go, it allows me to be my singular self, essentially. That I can be safe and controlled, and I can literally, I hate the word controlled, that I can manipulate my environment without causing any harm. And I honestly feel like that is the best way to explain that. I feel that gaming itself can provide that illusion to where we can shut our brains off just for a little bit, demask, be ourselves, and honestly, it does give a little bit of stimulation, so sometimes you do have to be careful with how much you go in the games. I personally find it relaxing, and I figure that it's probably relaxing for a bunch of other neurodivergent people as well. So for those who have managed to watch this all the way through so far, kudos to you. I am now getting into the art of self-expression, tattoos as a neurodivergent identity. I am a tattoo artist as well. I am self-employed. This has been a great thing for myself as a neurodivergent person, just because I need to work around my schedule and take my own time. I'm not being micromanaged by other people that don't get it, and I feel like it's the best thing I could have ever done for myself is to become self-employed. Now, with tattoos, there are personal meanings behind tattoos that it can represent different aspects of any identity, whether you're LGBT or if you have a specific ethnicity that you're part of, or even a certain religion that you're part of, and you want to show respect and represent your own identity. Tattooing is a great way to go. For myself, actually, I have a tattoo that my beautiful wife Juno had done that it was originally a survivor's tattoo, and because I practice Judaism, or a sect of Judaism called Reconstructionism, I decided to put tikva and amitz, which is courage and hope. And as someone who is neurodivergent, I feel like people who get certain tattoos to help them cope with certain parts of their life, it's a beautiful thing. So speaking of identity, tattoos can also share with how powerful self-acceptance and empowerment can really be. Myself included, the fact that I have a moth tattoo that my friend Shelby had done that has a little galaxy. I used to be a teaching assistant for special education and typical Pierce, so the school I was part of was an intermingle inclusionary school. One of the little girls that I used to work with literally asked, Miss Vicky, why do you have a galaxy tattoo? And because she loved the stars, she loved everything. And she noticed that one of her teachers, even though I was a para, she noticed that one of her teachers, because that's what the kids always called us, that I was a little different than my co-teachers. And I pointed to it and let her know that Miss Vicky has galaxy brain. And that was my way of explaining to her that my brain was a little bit different, and she accepted that. The fact that it helped me accept and learn how to explain myself without being apologetic. And that, I feel, is a powerful tool for anybody. So there's a visual language of tattoos that can communicate experiences in the human psyche or emotions that are extremely challenging to express verbally. My first tattoo was of my grandfather's passing as a memorial. I don't know how to express my emotions well. That's part of the autism with me. And honestly, it was the best thing I could have ever done for myself because it allowed me to express the love that I had for my grandfather. Now, take that and imagine it for somebody who wants a tattoo, who can't express their experience or an emotion that they've been harboring up. I noticed for myself personally, again, just kind of anecdotally, that I tend to go through tattooing as a form of when I'm going through something. And I know a lot of people do that too, and that's okay. The fact that tattoos can be a great way to communicate what's going through our minds at the moment, what we like, who we are. It allows a person to express who they are. And again, I think that's an absolute beautiful thing. Now, when these two worlds collide, sometimes some of the best tattoos can come out of it. For example, these are a few of my personal tattoos that my wife has done and that a few others have done, just out of my love for video games. Another thing here is stuff that I've done with my own business. I've done tattoos like this. I do Pokemon Get What You Gets. And again, it's all part of finding that community. Once again, the role of a community in shared experiences within both tattooing and gaming is so important, especially when it comes to this. The fact that there's so many people who are willing to share interests in tattooing and in gaming is phenomenal. The fact that we can find each other through our shared interests is phenomenal. Honestly, everything's phenomenal. You get a phenomenal. Everybody's got a phenomenal. You get a car! You get a car! Everybody gets a car! I digress. Sorry for the Oprah moment. I thought it was funny. Anyway, exploring the potential for creating a bridge between these two passions allows people to find the communities that they want. And in conclusion, you can usually embrace difference and finding connection with your community. Just know that there's an importance of embracing neurodiversity in finding a sense of belonging within communities. This can be cosplay community, video game community, neurodivergent community. I strongly encourage all of my viewers to explore your own passions and to express yourself authentically. Take off the mask. It's just gonna hurt you in the long run, and I sincerely hope that you can find the courage to be yourself. I wanted to share a few of these resources and some support organizations for neurodivergent individuals within the gaming and tattoo communities. I do know that looking at local game shops, usually people are great with one another. If you like Magic the Gathering, if you like video games, Discord's a great place to go. So for those who are interested in finding groups, there is a group with Discord. It is a British group, so those who might be in the USA might not be able to find the support with them, but the Rotterdam Adult Neurodiversity Support Service, they have an online gaming group. It is online, it's free. It's Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or, as I like to call it, fortnightly. Basically, you will be met and greeted by the RAND support peer support group worker. He will introduce you to other members of the Discord server. There's also Discord on Friday before the online gaming session to remind people it's coming up. He does also offer that this is a gaming group on Discord with neurodivergent adults, where they can talk about gaming, organize sessions with each other, and share thoughts on upcoming games and old favorites, playing Minecraft, Factorio, Overwatch 2. I honestly feel that if you're able to get in, this would be a really good source for you. There's also quite a few other neurodivergent Discord servers. They tend to be tagged with neurodivergent. I would suggest finding those who are tagged in it, just because there's Autism Crossing. That's actually one of my favorite ones. It's for Animal Crossing. It's just a chill server with a light Animal Crossing theme. They are very open and welcoming for anybody who is welcome. All that, just so you know, there is a age group there. They do prefer people who are 15 to 25. There is also a few others. Again, links will be down in the description below, and I hope these are helpful for you. Anyway, my friends, that's it. That is my rant for the week. This is, again, a very different video of what I like to approach. I can't talk for 30 minutes, so there's going to be definitely more gameplay. If you just want to go ahead and chill, relax, maybe drink some coffee, eat some snacks, and just enjoy the game. If you like this video, leave a comment down in the description below. Let me know what topic you'd like me to talk about next. I might do some more informational videos this way. I just found them fun. If there's any topics you would like me to discuss, definitely shoot them down at the bottom. And question of the day, what is your favorite video game and why? Shoot those down below. And with that, my friends, I am off, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!